Okay,
Like,
what's
so,
your type?
My type? As long as they like me. So what was life like before kids? Like, am I in control of these actions, or is something or somebody else actually in control?
You know, like just the hug.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like a hug, like a presence, like a chill. And then I just woke up and I started crying.
You rich, you know what I'm saying? I'll take care of you. I will love you till the day you die.
Oh my
No, I'm
God.
just kidding, I'm kidding.
But I was like, whatever.
Right.
Surely not, right? And so then I'm like, I gotta lose some pounds. So I started doing this calorie deficit. I went to A&D Nutrition and they break it down for you, like your whole calorie deficit, how many carbs, all that. So I started doing that. And that stuff works.
It does.
It really works. And I was like in shock, like amazed on how it truly, truly life-changing.
So do you count your calories? Do you have like a weigh-in station that you do everything, or how do you do it?
So when I meal prep my meals
Okay.
for lunch, I do. So on Sundays after church, after my nap,
You gotta have that nap.
I gotta have a nap.
Gotta have that little
on
reset after
Sunday.
receiving the Lord.
I'll get my little scale out and
Yeah.
I'll do like my little white rice, my green beans or veggies, chicken, lo que sea. And I do weigh that.
Okay.
And I do it for Uriel too. Now breakfast, I really don't, just because it's 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like count,
You know?
this many ounces of white, like of egg whites,
I don't do that. Like it is what it is. Whatever goes into the pan is what I'm gonna get.
I feel like breakfast should be like a fully loaded meal.
I'm a breakfast eater.
Like get everything you can in the breakfast, and then like let it maintain you up until lunch.
Do you eat breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's some people that are like, I'm not a breakfast eater. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm
I'm a bitch.
yeah, basically. Sunday, we didn't go to church.
Okay.
Okay. The kids went to my mother-in-law's, and it was like 10 o'clock. I still have not ate lunch or breakfast. And so I was like, okay, I haven't had my coffee. Let's go to Starbucks. So I went to Starbucks, and I was like, I was blinking like it was like,
Yeah.
I need to eat now.
Yeah. Check engine lights on.
Check engine, yeah. I was like, I need to eat now. So I got these little egg white bites at Starbucks. Have you had those?
I haven't had the egg white. I've had the Impossible sandwich.
Oh, I haven't
And I haven't
had
had the bacon and egg.
Dude, it was so good.
Really?
Did you like what you got at Starbucks? That
Yeah,
breakfast?
the Impossible sandwich I like.
good?
It's sausage, the Impossible meat or whatever, like vegan meat or something like that.
Oh,
I get that, and it's pretty good. Or I'll get like the double smoked bacon sandwich, and then those are the only two I really get. Either the sausage or the bacon. I don't really go for anything that doesn't have some sort of like meat in it.
You should try the egg white bites.
The egg white.
They were so good.
I'm gonna try that.
And
next
they
Sunday.
only
And I'm
give you
gonna save that for next Sunday.
They give you 2.
Right.
Right? And Uriel was like eyeing it, and I was like, no. Like, I need these.
But if it was the other way around, you're like, let me have a look.
I felt bad because he was just eyeing them.
Yeah.
Like, he knew not to ask. He knew it. But I saw him eyeing it, and I was like, got my fork. I'm like, here. These little tiny little bites.
I can hear you without you saying anything.
Here.
I'm mordida, just a little bit.
A little
bit.
bit. Porque if I would have handed it to him, he would have
scarfed it down. Yeah.
And so I was like,
Like it's bite size. I'm gonna take a bite.
they were little.
Yeah.
But I was like good to go the entire grocery shopping haul that we did. They were so good.
Damn, I'm not on a deficit. I moderate how much I eat.
Do you increase like your protein?
No, I do.
Oh, you don't like?
I don't even follow the rules when it comes to these kind of things.
No.
I will eat until I'm full, but I won't eat junk. Like I'm not gonna leave here and go to a Whataburger sounds good.
I love Whataburger.
But I'm not gonna leave here and go get some Whataburger, right? I'm gonna go to the gym. After the gym, typically I'll eat something. I'm not gonna go and get a Whataburger. And if I do get a Whataburger, I'll eat until I'm full. I don't eat past, like I don't do the whole gluttony thing anymore. I used to, what's the saying, like your eyes eat more than your stomach or something like that? Like when you're at a buffet, you want everything, but when you're eating, you don't really eat everything. So I've gone to that point. I'll eat when I'm full, and if I don't finish it, like if I'm out at a restaurant, I'll take it home. Or if I'm home, I'll just save it for later. And if it's like a little bit left over, then I'll just like throw it out or whatever, So I kind of like limit on how much I'll eat. I've learned I have gum at work. So if I'm like, I want something sweet, I'll just start chewing gum.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like, am I hungry or am I not hungry?
Do I just want something to snack on?
I want something to snack on, then I'll drink water. They're like, okay, I wasn't really hungry. I just want the action of chewing and eating something.
So do you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Yeah.
You do all 3 meals.
Breakfast is typically whatever time if I wake up early, then I'll eat. If I don't wake up early enough, then today I had some Cookie Crisp cereals, 2 bowls of them.
Oh my gosh, true.
And then maybe tomorrow some Cookie Crisp again because I'm almost out, so I might as well just finish the whole box. And then for lunch, whatever I take. Today I had beef and rice. I'm gonna go to the gym and then whatever is at home, or sometimes if I go out to eat, I'll kind of like see what I want. I won't go to like, McDonald's. Well, I hate McDonald's.
Oh, I do too.
But I won't go to like Whataburgers and like that. Like, I'll consider McAllister's. Like something. It's still bad. It's still a lot of food, but it's healthier. Or I'll go to Chick-fil-A and instead of fries, I'll get the fruit cup. And then I'll get like the grilled chicken or whatever. I don't know. I try to limit the amount of carbs I eat and the amount of not the sugar, the salt, the sodium. How much I'm intaking. Because the fries is what gets me at any place. And if they have a substitute, like a Chick-fil-A, they got the fruit cup. I'm like, I'll get the fruit cup all day, every day.
Have you had their mac and cheese?
Yeah.
So good.
It's so bad.
So good though. It is so good. I love it. With grilled chicken, well, I saw TikTok and they're like, get grilled nuggets and get the mac and cheese.
In the box,
and shake it. And I did it.
Okay.
It was so good. I was like, she's onto something. It was so good with a Diet Coke. I felt like I was.
With a Diet Coke, not even a water.
I've been on a Diet Coke kick.
I've been on a water kick. Heavily.
Do you have a hydro jug? You know what a hydro jug is?
Is that just like another jug?
It's like a gallon, basically, but it's cute.
Yeah.
Well,
everybody has a some sort of jacket.
Yeah.
On these jugs.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's a leopard jacket of my gallon.
Okay.
Well, I take it to work, and I get to work like at 7:30 till like 3 gone.
Yeah.
My whole gallon. I'm like, I'm so proud of myself, But for lunch, I'll have a Diet Coke.
Okay.
And I've been like, it's so good.
Do you just like the somewhat sweet taste? Do you like the carbonation, or what's the?
Both.
Okay.
Both. I would have a Dr. Pepper if I could every day for lunch.
Well, they got Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yeah, but my parents don't carry that.
Well,
they only carry Diet Coke.
You carry it.
So it's free.
Switching gears, I've been on this whole like Facebook dating thing, just swiping, right?
Okay.
And the one thing, my opener. Now I want your opinion on this, and also I want you to answer this question. My opener to all of these is, what do you think my opener is for all these
I have
matches?
no idea.
What do you think my first message is to these women that
I have no idea. My mind just goes in so many directions now that you told me that. I have no idea.
Just one of them that popped in your head. What do you think I say?
To you, to
me to them. Like as an opener. Like we just matched. All right,
How
cool.
old are you? Like I can see that.
Well, luckily Facebook has like the name and the age.
Okay, yes, but some people
They lie
on these things.
I did. My age is my
So
my age
like,
is my age.
Like, be for real. How old are you? Like,
No, my opener is tell me a fun fact about yourself that no one would believe. That kind of like gets some question like, all right, because
do you like to travel?
So see, because I don't agree with like the whole like, hey, how are you, or how's your day, or they'll go in with a compliment right away.
Well,
I'm like opening the question, tell me about yourself that no one would believe.
Have you been doing this for a while?
No, just recently.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
A week.
It's a business.
just started.
How's it going?
I've learned to realize that a lot of people suck at conversations.
Let me tell you this. I honestly think right now, it is so hard for people to find somebody. You're like the 6th person that I know that's like mid-20s, late 20s that are like, I can't find anybody. And they're like, I've looked and looked. My mama's looking for me.
Yeah.
My siblings
I stood in front of the church. I'm like, what, you know what I'm saying? What up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't know how many people
Yeah.
have told me that. And they're like, people just don't talk. People cannot hold conversations. They cannot look at you in the eye and just talk. And I'm like, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, I'll say the last message that was like, it's not even worth responding.
Oh.
Because the response was so short. And I'm like, wow. Just from judging, like mine's like a good paragraph. That's the only paragraph, right? Like a long, like short. And then short at the very end. And then we were talking about looking intimidating. I said, oh, apparently in person I look intimidating.
The resting bitch face.
Yeah. And then she goes, it happens, LOL. And I'm like,
yeah, like, what do I say to that?
okay.
I hate that.
LOL.
Oh, yeah. And then what?
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well.
Like, even with my friends and they give me a short response, I'm like
what now?
Like, okay.
How do I carry on with this?
Love you, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
And so I was like, whatever.
Like,
so,
if I'm giving you a big, 4 lines, I
Yeah.
expect you to give me
don't
4.
give me 4, give me 3. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
And then go back to 5 and then back to 4.
Yeah, like, let's carry on a good conversation.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that a lot of people are like, I cannot find anybody. My next door neighbor, he was like, dude, I've been on all the dating apps. My mom is looking for me. I'm looking like.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just can't find anybody. And I just like find it so curious on why. And he's like, people just don't talk, they don't conversate, they don't want to meet, not people person.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
what's
so
your type?
My type, as long as they like me. Look my way. You're looking at me. All right, what's up? Let's have a conversation. Number one, I feel like they would have to be of some sort of like Hispanic descent.
I can see that.
Because to me, that's like, all right, it's important because I don't care if you're like, if she's Mexican, sweet. If she's Dominican, cool. If she's from Chile, sweet. Peruvian, I don't care. It's some sort of Hispanic descent. Because there will be like, we connect in some sort of way. We understand each other in this way.
Well, also, you would want your mom and your future spouse to be able to have that bond.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? Because I've known a lot of people that they're, married to a different, and they're like, they can't carry conversation, and that hurts me because I love these two people so much, and they just can't talk.
Yeah.
And communicate with one another. Kind of like deep conversation. So when I go over to my mother-in-law's house, we'll sit there and we'll just chit chat away. So I think that, and Uriel's like, I love that. I love that you can have a full conversation with like any one of my family. So I can see that. Yeah,
so that's what and if I were to date or marry outside of the culture,
there's nothing wrong with that either.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I would want her to be willing to like, hey, learn,
yeah.
Like, you don't have to learn the whole like Spanish dialect. I'd expect it, but at least a small conversation. Or at least like learn some. Cause my aunt, she's a different culture.
And she speaks
she's
better
more
Spanish than I do.
She's more Honduran than my uncle. 1000% she is.
That's awesome, yeah.
And I'm like, that's what I would want. I would want to like someone who's, if they're not of the culture, be open-minded, and if they are of the culture, you got to one up right there.
Well, I think if it was not within your culture, they would be willing to.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think either way, it's awesome.
So that's one, like same culture or open-minded to the culture. And the second thing is open-minded.
Older or younger?
Younger, my current rule for younger is like 2 to 3 years younger than the age I am.
How about older?
Shit, you can be in your deathbed. You rich, you know what I'm saying? I'll take care of you. I will love you till the day you die.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Probably that same age gap, 2 to 3 years. Maybe 4.
Okay.
5. 10.
Whatever.
If they got a trust fund, put me in it. You know what I'm saying?
If they love me.
If they love me, put me in your will. Like I said, what is it called? No prenup. Put me in that thing.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I think older, like realistically, probably like within the same gap, maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 years older.
Okay. Career. Because, there's some people that are like, oh, I want her to have a career, or want him to have a career or something, or...
I would at least want her to be goal-oriented.
Okay.
Have a goal in mind. If her goal is to, I don't know, collect a coin from every state, let's do that, because she's looking forward to that. All right, I've accomplished this goal. Let's go on to the next goal.
Well, I think for you, too, she would have to be really bubbly.
I don't know, because
you're very...
I say I'm an ambivert. I say I'm both kinds of people.
I can see that.
Like,
yes.
if you tell me right now, hey, let's go to Florida. Like, yeah, let's go to Florida right now. But if you're like, hey, let's just chill at the house. I'm like, 1,000%, let's just chill at the house.
Yeah.
Let's not do anything.
But I'm talking about like people person.
Oh, look, okay.
Sit there and talk to you for hours.
Oh yeah, so you can not even talk to me.
Just be in my presence.
Just be in my presence. My love language is quality time.
Is that?
100% quality time. As long as you give me 5 minutes of your day, or as long as you come and say hi to me, or wave at me, I'm cool.
Wait.
just I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like, and that's what I look forward to. It used to be, you know, like physical touch or words of affirmation, but learning from traveling and from other people's perspective and older people is like, man, time flies, and I don't want time to fly. Give me some of your time.
Yeah.
Let me spend time with you. You know, if I haven't seen, let's say my make believe girlfriend, right? And I haven't seen her in like 3 days, right? Because if I'm busy and she's busy, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, but we're communicating. You know, we're calling and texting, whatever. But I mean, I just want to see you for like 5 minutes. You know, like I feel kind of down, feel bummed out. Let's just like go to the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A, eat, and then you go home. I go home.
Yeah, do your thing. I do that.
And then, okay, cool. As long as I have those 5 to 10 minutes of just eating with her in the car, we're just chit-chatting. I'm like, all right, cool.
That quality time.
That quality time.
To you.
And I'm straight. That's all I want. That's all I need. Nothing else.
Uriel's the same way. He's a quality time kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, if you were to ask me,
I don't want to.
Never mind that.
What is yours?
No.
I feel like yours is, I'm a guess.
Okay, guess.
I'm a guess. Wait, what are the love languages? There's like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, I thought it was 7.
7? Okay, yeah, there's words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, act of service, and physical touch. Yeah, there's 5.
Oh, there's 5. What am I thinking about then?
Yeah.
Okay, mine, I love gifts.
I was thinking words of affirmation.
Really?
That's what I was thinking.
I love gifts. I love when Uriel comes home with like a bag of Cheetos.
Uh-huh.
And it just makes me think like, hey, you were at the store and you thought of me.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I just get just a Red Bull.
What kind? What kind?
I just like the sugar-free. I've had the pink one. I think it's like berry something.
I've heard about it, and I have yet to find it.
Really?
I've yet to find
I
it.
find it all the time over here at the store.
At this one right
Yeah,
here? Well, I need gas, so I'm going to go and find one.
It's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but
Okay.
I'm not much of a berry drink person. It was good. I just didn't like it. So I always get just the sugar-free original one.
Mm-hmm.
But if he brings me a Red Bull, I'm like, oh, you thought of me.
Yeah.
Or a rose or something, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a huge expensive gift.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
love
what
that.
is your love language to give? That's yours is receiving. You like to receive.
Mine is receiving.
So what do you like to give?
Okay, right now I'm
Uh-huh.
currently working on, because Uriel likes quality time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really bad about it.
Like,
Because no, it's
Get away from me.
My mom calls me, people text me. So I get home, I'm on the phone, you know, just replying.
Okay.
Kids, you know, so I try very hard to put my phone down and just spend that quality time with them, whether it's watching a show, washing, just something together. So
Yeah.
I'm
Something before going to bed.
yes.
Okay.
Because marriage is hard,
Okay.
and it could be hard, you know. And sometimes we sit there and we're like, "Hey, I need this from you," and I'm like, "Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. I will work on it." And so he told me, he's like, "I need a little bit more quality time,"
Okay.
and I said, "Okay, that will do." And so we just like went on a spontaneous date.
Yeah.
Because he loves the quality time.
Yeah.
And so I think that's sweet. But then again, I'm just not.
That's not your thing.
I'm not good at it. Like I'll tell him, I'll go up and give him a hug, a kiss.
Yeah.
I love you, babe. You know, but he wants like quality time.
Yeah. You're giving him the
it's-
acts of service.
And it's hard, especially with kids too.
Yeah.
Because they're running around, they're screaming, you know.
So what was life like before kids? I know it's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Because now it's just your kids.
Well, yeah. Now, I mean, when you have kids, it's just your whole life revolves around them.
Yeah.
You know, like first thing you wake up and the kids start coming to your bed and you're breakfast and getting ready for school and all
Yeah.
this, you know.
You never try to like snooze your daughter's face, like shut up.
My sweet baby girl. She's like, "Good morning, Mama." She gives me the best mood.
Uh-huh.
But before kids, I mean, it was like rainbows and roses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it was just y'all two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and spending all day when he was on a route. So the second he would be on a route, off route, we would like either go out to eat, you know. So we would have a lot more quality time together because we didn't have any other little kids to, you know. But once we started having the kids, I think that's when our quality time just kind of started getting smaller and smaller.
Which is crazy because it's y'all on the same roof.
I know, yeah. And sometimes he'll be like across the house, you know, with one kid doing spelling words, and I'm all the way over here. And like, yeah, we're home, but we don't talk. Like, we'll just have dinner together, and then we'll all go. One does laundry, the other one does dishes, you know. I'm spelling words here, bathing the other one, or one wants to go outside. So it's just so.
I bet it sucks for any new couple that's just having a kid now.
Yeah.
And like, hey, we have to like start over, readjust.
Yeah, readjust. And it's readjusting not just when you first have kids, but I feel it's readjusting every epoca in your life. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Because when you have kids, yeah, that's one, but then school starts and you're having to readjust to that, and depending on your career.
Yeah.
And then recently, like, me and Uriel were sitting down and he's like, hey, I need more of this of you. And I was like, okay, you know. And I tell him how I feel, and he'll listen, and then we have to readjust and think of a different plan. And he's just like, dang, you expensive, Z. I'm like, you could just buy me a bag of Cheetos. I'm perfectly fine with a bag of Cheetos.
Or another tattoo.
Or another tattoo. I've actually thought about my other one.
I knew it. You've been bitten by the bug. What you thinking about getting now? A whole flower bed or what?
That would be cute, though. I don't know. Okay, so I was thinking about getting like another little flower, the stem in my kids' names with their birth.
I've seen that.
With their birth
I like those.
flower, kind of like right here too. I thought that would be super cute, but I really want like a beach theme tattoo.
Like a sleeve or like just a small tattoo?
Like a small one.
Okay.
You know, I love the beach.
Yeah.
Like, I've gone to New York, I've gone to Tennessee with the mountains. We really haven't taken a lot of mountain trips to like have that I love the mountains kind of thing.
Yeah.
We take more beach vacations, and I love it. And I have the best memories there, like crab hunting. We have so much fun, like the kids screaming and excitement when we find
it bit me up.
Yeah, it's just so fun.
Yeah.
You know, the waves, I think seashells. Mia loves going to the shore and collecting seashells. Look, Mama, look, you know, things like that. And so I was like, what if I get like a little beach? Because I want my tattoos to be like meaningful. You know, I don't want it to just be whatever. I just want this.
Yes.
You know, so I was like, what if I get like a beach theme tattoo? I thought about having Ian's name in his little handwriting. Now.
I like those
kind of tattoos. That would be cute. I would love that.
When I was at the shop, I seen a handful of people like, hey, this is my grandmother's handwriting. Like, this is the last thing my mom wrote, and I'm like, dang, that's tough.
Yeah.
And that's cool though. Like, I like that a lot.
Yeah. And I think right now he has the little cute little boy sloppy handwriting right now, and I'm like,
does he write like this or like this?
With his little tiny little pencil.
Oh yeah.
So he writes like.
So he's like, is it based on the poem?
Yeah, it's so little. Yeah, I like look at it and I'm like, that's so cute. So I thought about, he wrote me one that said, I love you, Mommy. And his little cute little handwriting. So I was like, oh, that would be cute.
That's what's up. What is, trying to remember what I sent you on the message. Oh, you ever had like a really good dream? Not like a gold dream, but like, you know, I woke up and I wish I went back to sleep and reconnected with that dream.
No.
What about a nightmare?
Dude.
Obviously, we don't want to go back to a nightmare.
I know, but no. No, I am such a hard sleeper. I have always been, like my mom would be like, Zuri, if there was a tornado. Yeah. Like, I am such a hard sleeper. Uriel will like literally shake me. Zuri, the kids are crying.
Yeah.
I don't mean to. Like,
you like deal with it. It's your turn.
I just genuinely am just a hard sleeper.
Okay.
And Ian's the same way. He got that from his mama. Like, once I'm out, I am out. And when I wake up, I have to have 6 alarms.
Okay.
And I'll barely hear the 6th one.
Then I'm three less than you. I got 3 alarms on my phone.
Uriel hates it. He was like, can you just have one? Uriel has 1 alarm. And
he wakes up before it.
No, on the lowest volume.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you hear that?
So you can't even like sigh next to him and he's like awake.
Yes. Uriel's a
Wow.
light sleeper. Like there will be like you can hear an ant, and he'll
You're blinking.
what?
He's like, you're blinking. You're like, you're blinking too loud. Like, can you quiet it down?
Yeah, he's a really light sleeper, and he'll have one alarm on the lowest. He's like, I just don't want to wake you. He's so sweet. I don't want to wake. Here I am with my 6 alarms on full blast.
Phone's right here.
You know, yeah, I still can't hear it. And he's like, Zuri. I'm like, I don't mean to. Like, I'm just a hard sleeper. I don't know if it's just I'm a full-time, I work full-time. I come home to my kids.
Yeah.
I'm a mom. I'm like always on the go, 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 go. I don't know if it's just because I'm like, literally, I don't remember the last time I had a dream. I'm serious. Or a nightmare. I don't like nightmares, so.
Of course not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, of course.
If you're a nightmare, you like nightmares, you're a psychopath.
I don't remember the last time I had a nightmare or the last time. Watch me have a nightmare tonight. Thanks, Ro.
About this.
I'm watching you.
You're gonna have a nightmare about waking up early, like, oh my God, only like one alarm has passed by. You're like, shit, I'm like, go back to sleep. Last time I had a dream it was a while back, but I remembered I was, there was a person in front of me and I was walking towards that person, but that person wasn't walking and like away from me or towards me. They were kind of like if you were to like walk with your hand in front of your face, your hand's not really moving. It's like in the same place the whole time. And I'm just kind of like walking and they're just there. And the closer I got to me waking up, the closer I got to the person coming to like more detailed. And for some reason, it was like me, but in a different time frame of me. Like you could tell, like, okay, the face is the same, but the structure is different. The clothing's like different. You know, like the hairstyle.
So in a different world, you.
Different world, like a parallel universe of me. And I woke up, and I was like, what the heck was that? And that was it. And I can't remember when it was, but that was the last dream I remember. Nightmare, it was years ago. And this was when, so I was in bed, and instead of laying, if the chair's the bed, right, I was laying sideways. So like my feet were hanging off the bed. Or like my knees were hanging off the bed. And I remember my mom, she came in and tried to like move my 2-ton weight of a leg back on my legs on the bed. And at that point, I physically felt and like imaginary, like felt somebody attacking me. So I woke up and kid you not, you can ask my mom, my sister, I punched my mom because I felt.
Poor mama y está chiquita.
I felt like I was getting attacked. So my first instinct was like, wham!
Yeah.
And I hit her shoulder. And then I was gonna continue to swing.
Oh my God.
But then my mom bear hugged me. And then like she like held me tight and like to not like break me loose or whatever. And then I started struggling and it was still with my eyes closed. I remember this part. I had my eyes closed, I was struggling, and then I heard my mom say, it's okay, and then I started like just bawling. I just started crying.
You just started crying?
Yeah, and I was like, shit. And I didn't know I hit her. Like I was just at a pure instinct, like my fight or flight kicked in.
What?
And then I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, my sister's like, bro, you hit my mom. I was like, when?
My mom.
So you hit her. I was like, what are you talking about? Like my mom was like, yeah, you hit my shoulder.
So
I was like, I did?
Your mama no te dijo nada?
No, I just went back to sleep after that. And then I woke up hours later, and then when she told me, like, oh, like you were having some nightmare or whatever, and then out of instinct you just hit me. And I didn't realize it was her. I thought it was a person in the nightmare attacking me. And I was like, oh snap. And that was years, that was about like maybe three years ago.
That's intense.
That it happened.
But like the fact that she just like held you.
She held me, and because I was trying to attack, and then she's like, you ain't attacking me. Like, you don't hit your mama. Mama hit you. And
then but that she just held you and you just started like bawling.
And the minute she said it's okay, I was like, dang, like it like woke me up, and I was like, oh snap. And I just like my body just went like this, and I just started bawling. I was like, dang, bro. I don't know what it was, but.
Ain't that crazy how like some dreams can really bring out, I mean, like tears.
Yeah.
You know, like all sorts of emotion. Okay, now that you're talking, I remember my grandpa had just passed away.
Okay.
This was in 2018. He was the best grandpa ever. Gosh, and I think about him every single day. And we had just went to his funeral. It was in Mexico City. I found out in the middle of surgery when I was working over there. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, Uriel called the facility. I didn't have my phone on me. And he called the facility and they're like, hey, Zuri, you have a phone call. And I was like, this isn't good. Like, for them to
call you at work.
Call me at work. I was like, what's up? And he's like, Zuri, your grandpa's not okay. I think something's happening. He's not. And so I froze and people were like, go, Zuri, go. And I'm like, he's in Mexico City. They're like, so go pack your bags. I just started this job about 3 months prior. Dang. And I was like, I'm new to this job. I'm learning how to do eyeball surgery. Like, I'm learning, I can't just leave. But then I was like, but then again, this is my grandpa.
Yeah.
And so I just went up to my boss. I'm like, look, my grandpa, like, he's not doing good. Like, he's in the hospital. They think he's not going to make it. And she's like, oh. And I'm so grateful for that.
That's what's up.
And so Uriel, he was like, you do you. Pack, do whatever you got to do, cry, whatever it is. I will take care of the flight. And thankfully, we had our passports. Because I cannot imagine, like, the guilt that I would have if I never went to go visit.
Your job just said go, and now you physically can't if you didn't have it.
Exactly. So he took care of everything.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I went to the funeral y todo, and like I just felt him. You know what I mean? And I woke up sweating. Yeah. Like sweating, and I was like, what was that? You know, like just the hug. Yeah. You know, I felt like a hug, like a presence, like a chill. And then I just woke up and I started crying. You know, but that was like in 2018. Yeah. I think that was the vivid dream that I can remember. But it's crazy how dreams do that. Like, I don't even remember anything. Like, I just remember feeling like this hug, you know, and this chill, this presence there, and like flashbacks of all these memories of when I was a little kid. Like, I would do his hair. He would let me, crazy. You know, like put me like chonguitos in his hair. And when he would visit us in Missouri, he would buy us we went to Dollar General all the time, our little trips. He would send us, my grandma too, nos mandaban boxes in Mexico City full of candy and shoes and clothes. And that was like Christmas. You know, because it was a big, big box, and we were so excited to open it and see what goodies Grandma and Grandpa bought from us. Yeah. And all these memories just started coming to me, and I was like crying. I was like, yeah.
Do you believe in like the spirits roaming around, angels?
So Uriel was just telling me that the other day, because my father-in-law passed away in 2020, and that was hard because you were in the middle of COVID. Yeah. We couldn't have funerals, we could not have gathering, but we said, F it, we Mexicans, we gonna have like something for my father-in-law. He was telling me about it, and at first I didn't. I never thought I did, like prior to 2018. Because I never lost a loved one that close, you know, and I just thought, oh, you know, whatever. But after that, I started, like I do believe that they're watching you. Does that make sense? Yeah. That you feel them, you know, and that their presence is there and watching over you and all that. And Uriel's like, yeah, I feel it too. Like, I feel my dad's presence, you know, and to the day, I'm just driving and I think of my grandpa and just feel this presence there, you know? And I tell my kids all the time, Ian never got to meet him, and I regret that.
How old was he? When was Ian born?
Ian was born in 2016.
Okay.
So estaba chiquito.
Yeah.
He was like 2. And I regret not going to Mexico City earlier. Okay. And having my grandpa just hold him. Does it make sense? Yeah. Yeah. That was my biggest regret. And also Uriel. He never got to meet Uriel. I was like, I hated it. I was like, my grandpa would have loved you guys.
I do believe in like guardian angels, people watching over us. Unfortunately, I wasn't close to my grandpa's. Like my mom's dad passed when she was 14, so I never got to meet him. My dad's dad passed when I was like preteens, like 8 or 9, something like that. I got to meet him, but I never had that connection. So like at his funeral, I was like, I met him twice. And the 2 times that I did meet him, I didn't really hang out with him because I was like, oh, if I'm in Mexico, I'm with my cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm a kid. I'm gonna go play with these. I'm gonna play with these guys. So I never got a connection with my grandpa. I'm named after him. Like his first name is my middle name, Angel. And I was like, okay, like that's what's up. But I never had a connection. And I went to his funeral, and I was like, okay, like that's my grandpa, but I didn't really know who he was. So I didn't really have that. So that was the one thing like that kind of like made me from the last episode, like from like enviness, when the schools would have bring your grandparents to school, and I'm like, I can't. Well, my grandmas, they're both in their own country. One is in Honduras, one's in Mexico. Yeah. So I can't. They're not really here. So if I were to ask them, they probably could come. But my grandpa is like, I've never really met them, so I don't know what that connection is like. So they would bring your grandparents to school, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know what that's like. Yeah. And that kind of sucks. Yeah. And it's like what. And sometimes if I like dwell on that subject for long enough, I'm like, I'm gonna get a little teary eyed if we keep talking about it. You know.
I know. Well, before, so I never had that. Okay, I grew up mostly in Missouri and in Canada. My grandparents were in Mexico. My grandma, my grandpa, from my mom's parents would come all the time. Every year we would see each other, whether they would stay with us for a month or we would go down there to Mexico City. We always connected all on the phone. We just always, I mean, they never came to Grandparents' Day either, right? But I feel like I missed out on a lot of things, like birthday parties. Man, I wish my grandpa and my grandma was here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Christmases, Thanksgivings. Oh, well, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving over there, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I had Ian, I was like, I am not gonna move. And Uriel always gets like, hey, you wanna move to Dallas? You wanna move to Houston? You wanna move to Austin because of his job? And I tell Uriel, I'm like, no. Like, yeah, the opportunity would be great, the money, but that quality time that my kid, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, nah, it's not worth it. You know, and his mom, my mother-in-law, is here too. And I regret not teaching my kids Spanish. They understand it. But I never hounded them. I'm like, hey, speak it. Because my kids cannot communicate very well with my mother-in-law, and I hate that. They love her to death, but I wish they would have more of a deep conversation, like, hola, abuela, ¿cómo estás? You know, ¿cómo te fue el día? Things, you know, simple. But they will go over there and they will spend time with them. But I was like, Uriel, they will never have this time, like with their grandparents. And so I was like, I'm not going anywhere, you know. My kids see my parents every week. Yeah. At least.
That's good though.
You know, yeah. They see my sister, they pick them up, you know, they go over there or whatever. And I'm like, that itself is worth it to me. Yeah. You know, I mean, just because that's just a personal preference, you know, for me, personal. And then I'm like, we have Debbie, who watches the kids, who's like their third grandma. And I was like, no. You get a bonus grandma.
You got a whole village. That's what you got.
Yeah.
You got a village.
I'm grateful for it. And I know a lot of people don't have a village, but I tell Odile, I'm like, no, we can't move them from their grandparents. Like, that would hurt everybody, you know? Have
you ever had a moment of seeing yourself in third person or a derealization? And I want to give the proper definition of derealization.
Seeing myself in what?
Like in a third person view.
I have a mini me.
I mean, yeah, but it says derealization is a mental health symptom that involves a feeling of detachment from one's surroundings or perceiving the external world as distorted, unreal, or distant.
It's a deep one.
Yeah. I ask because I have moments of derealization.
You do?
Yeah.
Huh. Tell me about it.
Off camera, I'll tell you what happened exactly, but here's what I will say on camera. There was a moment in my stupidity of youth, okay? My stupidity of youth that I did something, and then that triggered the derealization, where I would see myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate. Maybe to this point you can relate. You see yourself in the mirror and you're like, who is that person in the mirror? Not who are you as a person, but like who is that person in the mirror? People that are afraid to be in front of the camera for the first time will see themselves on screen and they're like, oh my God, who is that? Like, well, it's you. They're like, oh, okay. Think nothing of it. I'm to the point where I'm like, how is that me? And why is that person here? And that's when I'll get like, not that like, am I real? But it's like, are the things that I've done really the things that I've done?
Yeah.
Like, has every action actually led up to this moment? Mm-hmm. Or is it somebody else taking control of what I'm doing and it led up to this moment? Like, am I in control of these actions, or is something or somebody else actually in control of these actions? Not to butt heads with like the church or anything like that, right? Like, I'm a full believer of God all the way every day. But there was a moment where I'm like, how am I me? How is this person sitting in this chair right now?
That's deep.
And then there'll be moments where I'm just sitting down, and I kid you not, I'll sit down and I'll tap my fingertips. I'll do this, or I'll fidget. Like, if you see me fidgeting around, like I'm either going through anxiety or a moment of derealization. Like, I'll touch my fingers and I'm like, okay, like I'm here. Or I'll do this and I'm like, okay, I have all my senses. Like, I'm this hand is touching this hand. And then I'm like, okay, I'm all right. And then and just chilling. Sometimes I'll like play tricks, and I'll like have this hand, like if I'm on the couch for too long, I'll have this hand just like tap and like scratch my leg. I'm like, okay, I am real. Like, I have all my senses.
Yeah.
I am who I think I am. And then.
No, I don't think I've ever. No.
That's the one thing that's. Ever since that one moment, that's like kind of like the not that I battle with, but I'm like, dang, like it doesn't happen often.
So after that one moment,
yeah,
you just sporadically question.
Yeah, 100%. Remember, every time where I'm like,
was it intense, that one moment, or like emotional?
No, it wasn't emotional, and it wasn't like what is it, like the multiple person disorder? Like, there's not two different peoples. Okay, because I listened to a podcast about that. Okay, I don't have that. I don't have like, there's a Ro and then there's a Rogelio, or there's like a Ro and a John. Like, there's one character, one personality going on. There's a scene, there's a movie scene or a show where Doctor Strange. Have you seen Doctor Strange?
Is that?
He's the one with like the green medallion.
The Marvel movie, yes.
So if you rewatch Doctor Strange, there's a moment where the the Grand Master teacher, whatever, like does some tricks and like hits his chest and his soul separates from his body. Mm-hmm. That's what I sometimes see or feel, where like I'm out of my body and I'm seeing my body from a third person perspective. No. So that movie's a good representation of sometimes of what I feel and what I see.
That's crazy.
Like, ever since then, I'm like, oh snap, okay.
But it doesn't happen all the time.
No, it doesn't happen all the time.
Are you going through something? Like, is there something that triggers that?
No. I could just be chilling.
Okay, so you're just chilling and watching TV.
And then it's like, yo.
You get into thought.
Yeah, I get into thought and I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what we're doing today. This is what we're doing right now. And then I'll I will force myself to snap back out of it.
I was gonna ask you that. How do you control that? Like, how do you
that
what do you do?
The touching my fingertips,
Like
or like fidgeting with my hands, and then like, all right, I'm here. This is me. I'm alive. I'm real, and then like slowly get back into me.
So is it like anxiety?
Could be.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just a different form of it?
Maybe.
Or do you feel like when you do have anxiety is different than that?
Anxiety is different from it.
Okay, so when you do feeling like the anxious, it's different.
Yeah, but I feel like it's part of it. Like a small part of some anxiety. Like I've had like maybe one or two like crazy anxiety attacks, but maybe like the start of like the feeling of anxious might trigger like this derealization. That's it. So you never had that third person derealization?
I've dealt with anxiety in a different but not like that. You know what I mean? But I was gonna ask you a question, totally random, totally not within the subject. But when you work out, what shoes do you wear?
Whatever I'm wearing.
Oh, so you don't have like a set shoe? Because there's people like.
I've worn boots to work to
No, you're that boot guy.
I've worn boots. I wear these Adidas, mainly these Adidas. I wear these Adidas. I wear some, mainly just Adidas. I mainly wear these. I have some black Adidas that are for running. And if I don't want to go home and then go back out, I'll just right after work I'll go to the gym. Like the day I came here with my pants and boots, that's how I left to the gym.
Y te fuiste en boots.
Yeah.
No me digas.
Yeah.
No.
She's like, all right, fuck it, whatever. That's what we're gonna do.
At least I went to the gym.
Let's go to the gym.
I tried working out with my Vans the other day. And I could not do it. I couldn't do it. I felt tired like instant.
I will say there I do have not specific shoes, but I wear these for any kind of workout. I'll wear my beat up Cortezes because they're flat bottom. None of my Cortezes, but I have a Nike shoe that's just flat. They're not really made for walking. They're just for like fashion, but they're all beat up now. And because they're a flat bottom, I use those for my leg days. So when I'm squatting or when I have the leg press and there's not a lot of movement on the foot, I'll use my flat bottom shoes. But everything else, I wear these Adidas.
Well, I was doing like shoulders with the Vans, and I still felt so tired. I'm like, I cannot do this.
What kind
I just felt
of
tired.
placebo effect going through?
So I have to wear my Noble. Have you had Noble?
Yeah.
This is not sponsored.
I wish it was though.
Oh, but hey, if you want to send me some shoes, Noble, go for it. But I've had these suckers for 2 years. Wonderful shoes. I recommend them to everybody that like work out because it's mostly a CrossFit shoe.
Yeah.
And my neighbor, who is a bodybuilder, she had the nicest one. I'm like, what are they? She's like, dude, get you a pair. And we started talking about them, and I bought them, and I'm like, she was so right. I have to work out with these, whether we're doing arms,
Everything.
whatever it is. This is my workout shoe. Because I saw a meme where like, yeah, there's people that wear just Vans, sneakers, boots, just whatever they're wearing, and I'm like, no, like this is my workout shoe. Like I have to have them on. See,
like if I came in my work clothes and my boots and pants and he told me let's do some squats, I'm like, all right, I'm pulling my pants up real quick and I'll do some squats.
No, I cannot do that.
I'm like, I need to adapt to everything that I need to adapt to my environment. So
Adapt to your environment, true that.
Yeah. I know Yuri knows all about that, being in the military. Like, work out of boots all the time. That's all we wore is just boots.
I got a shout out the other day.
Oh my God, about who?
My cousin, Simony. Do you know Simony?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came by the store
I follow
and she's
her.
like, dude, I was at the gym and I was listening to your podcast. I was laughing so hard. She's like, y'all are so funny. I was like, thank you.
Heck yeah.
And so then I was at a small family practice and she's like, how's your podcast? I'm like, you know about it?
Where'd I sign?
I know. Where do you want my
To
autograph?
who?
I was like, and we have mutual friends. Like I don't know her directly like that. She comes to the store, but I don't like talk. Hey, I have a podcast,
Right.
And I don't have her on Facebook. But I was like, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
You know about my podcast? I was like, oh yes.
That's what's
And
up.
she didn't tell me if she listened. She just asked me how it was going. And
At least she knows.
At least she knows.
At least she knows.
And I was like, huh, okay.
Heck yeah.
I
That's
felt
what's up.
pretty, yeah. I was like, do you hear that, Mom? and my Udia was probably like, no, the chief Suri. I was like, that's awesome.
We got a red carpet. Like,
You know?
we're opening up for another comedian. Like, we're on tour.
I really wanted to be like, give me your pet girl.
We're on tour next
Let
month.
me.
Buy your tickets now. Link down below.
I always tell him, you know, like I joke around about everything. He's like, Zuri. I was like, I'm being serious. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm going to sell merch.
I was talking to my coworker because I'm in shipping and I do a lot of packaging, right, for my job. And I was like, man, what if I just write like a little note in these packages? And he's like, do it. He's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can write a little note. He's like, you just can't ship something else. I was like, what if I send like a little Hot Wheel to like Belgium? Because like we have packages. Like today, I packaged 2 boxes that are going to Belgium, and then 1 that's going to Italy,
Dang.
and then 1 that's going to United Emirates. And I was like, okay, like, what if I just put my QR code, like, just like, hey, scan it real quick and like follow and subscribe to us.
Yeah, we should do like little business cards, and when we send out like
Well, here
just
you go.
random mail,
So I think on the next one that I ship out, because
we can have someone from like Italy listening.
what do I have tomorrow? I got 1 going to Minnesota and another 1 going to some other state.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write our name.
Well,
like, hey, follow
yes.
me at this.
I was on YouTube, and someone commented, it's just like, y'all are the best podcast show. I was like,
They commented? I didn't even get to see
I was like,
that.
okay.
Someone did comment on the first episode, like, I have a crush on Ro.
yeah, man. Look
That's
at
my
you.
homie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I thought it was for real. I was like,
No,
oh, okay, Ro, we
that's-
getting you somewhere.
That's my homeboy from the first episode. He's like, I have a crush on Ro. And I was like, that's my homie right there. Because I had seen him at
How
the coffee
funny
shop.
is that?
And he's like, bro, I commented. I was like, did you? And then he told me. I was like, oh, okay.
That's so funny.
This one says, keep doing it, guys. Love the organic podcast.
Yeah, something
I'm
like
like,
that. I was like,
okay.
okay.
Was that the only one? Yeah. There's been 2 episodes where this is my favorite podcast.
I don't even know who this is, but I was like, it could be my mom for all I know. But
It says Donald Studios.
oh, okay.
Whoever Donald Studios is,
Thank you, and shout out.
I appreciate you, dude.
But yeah, it's just like I could go like when I was at this family practice and she just asked me, how's the podcast? I was like, girl, like, where do you want me to sign?
You
Like,
know
I'll
me?
give you a t-shirt. You know, and I was like, I don't know, like, I just think so silly. I told you, I'm like, I'm going to be on the Kelly Clarkson show one day.
gosh.
We're going to be on the show, I promise. I say, we're going to do it. I said, we're going to be on Good Morning America. On, what's the Spanish one? The
Despierta America?
Despierta America. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to do it. And I'm like, we're going to fly out y todo para New York.
Oh my, we're gonna be broke because we gotta pay for it ourselves, but that's not gonna be sponsored or whatever.
But we're still going to be on the show. I
Man.
tell him that all the time.
I probably do it, but I want to like send out to the people that I listen to, just like a fan email, and then like, but you know what I'm saying, like here's my stuff, you know, here's a link to our podcast and
Oh,
see
that'd be
how.
so cool.
And
I
then-
started listening to a toast to life.
Yeah, Toast to Life. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, dude.
That's the only, from what I've seen, what you sent me, it's the only other Hispanic
Yeah.
podcasts
I
that
was
I've
like,
listened to.
They go in deep.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
There are
oh,
some topics I'm like, like I want to argue with you so bad
Yeah.
about these topics.
there was one where I was like, I do disagree on that,
Yeah.
but they're pretty good. And
They
now I'm
are.
like, how cool would that be if
Yeah.
to just like send out, or because people get fan mail all the time. I'm like, y'all want to send us some fan mail?
To end off, because we don't have a Am I the Asshole?
No, we don't.
Back to the first question. What is a fun fact about yourself that no one would believe?
Then no one would believe.
Yeah. Which now everybody would believe. All of our 10 people that watch us.
Hey, Facebook though.
It'd be popular.
We've gone up a couple.
Thanks for the grandmas and grandpas and all the tias and tios watching.
Yes.
I know y'all on Cheeseman, y'all on Facebook, we're all at Cheeseman. We ain't got no Cheeseman talk, but you know,
Yeah.
y'all on there being nosy.
Sometimes I feel like I'm boring, dude, to be honest with
You know how many times girls have said that on Facebook dating? A lot.
you. Really?
Yes!
You-
all the time. So because of that answer, I'm like, okay, I'll go first. So that way you get some time to think about it. My fun fact, and this is a true fun fact, and I have pictures on my Instagram, that I took gymnastics class to learn how to do a handstand and learn how to do a proper cartwheel.
I knew you could do a handstand.
Yeah.
I knew that. I didn't know you could. Could you still do a cartwheel?
I can still do a cartwheel.
No way. Show us.
Okay, sure.
For real?
Shit, yeah, let me stretch for like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, por favor.
Give me 5 minutes of stretching real quick, and I'll be able to do it. The handstand or headstand, both of them, I haven't done those in a minute.
Oh wow, we're gonna get a full. Okay.
Hey, they ain't getting no free show. Ain't trying to see my stomach or whatever. Did you ever take gymnastics?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
I guess a fun fact was I took piano classes for like 7 years.
What happened?
I never liked it.
Was it by force?
Yeah. But I tried it.
Dang. So you weren't a genius. Damn.
She always made me play these soft, slow.
Well, yeah, because you're learning. Was that like year 7?
And I'm like, girl, we need like reggaeton piano or something.
You're like, yo, this girl wants to play. We sing and then on the piano.
Oh, hey.
And there's not one reggaeton song with a piano
and she's
song.
Like, 1, 2, and I'm over here like 1, 2, 3, 4. She's like, slow down. I'm like,
okay.
All
right.
Please don't get hurt.
I'm finna pull a muscle. I'm not going to the gym today. That's what we ain't doing. All right, fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, shit, pull something.
That's cool. I never knew that. So how long were you in gym for, or gymnastics? I didn't know that.
I did like 6 months.
How old were you?
23.
No way.
Yeah, it's recent.
That is recent.
Yeah, I'm 27, so yeah, recent.
So you started at 23.
Yeah.
And you took it for 6 months here in town.
Yeah.
Where?
Tall Timbers. Yeah, the one right here. Like close.
Like solo?
At the time, a coworker was like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Like one-on-one?
Yeah. Like, okay, they had an adult class. No, it wasn't 6 months.
Oh, they have adult
It was like
classes?
a month. No, 2 months. I was there for 2 months. Yeah. But my sister did gymnastics, so I would like to watch and learn. I never did it.
Desde chiquita, she did it. Okay.
So I would like watch and learn, but I never attempted to do it. With my coworker at the time, she's like, "You wanna take this class?" And I was like, "That sounds dumb. Let's do it." Like, heck yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we did like 2 months. Not 6 months, it was like 2 months. And then like every day I would just like practice on my own. I just
So you learned in 2 months.
I had to do a cartwheel.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I would have never known that. I did not know that.
And then like and then those 2 months that I do a handstand, like a handstand and hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds. And I could do it. I can't do it now anymore. I haven't practiced it. But the cartwheel, I'm like, all right. Every now and then I'll do it out of boredom. I'm like, or like right now, like do it. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Cool.
Then, so yeah, that took gymnastics for.
I wish my parents would have put me in something other than piano.
Yeah.
I played piano. I was like 7 to like.
Your parents wanted a protege. No.
I just never liked it. It was just not me. Like I'm telling you, she had me 1 and 2, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I want when I practiced, it would be like fast.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the beat, or the tempo. And I was like,
you'd be a horrible student.
And so we moved to Texas, and my dad's like, "Do you want me?" No.
Like that's like you're learning the fiddle.
No, I don't.
You're learning the drums and the piano and the guitar.
I would have done drums. Guitar would have been cool.
Your dad wanted a free concert. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, he did. My dad's very, I grew up with him.
Very Beethoven-esque.
Yep,
very
exactly that.
Tchaikovsky. If they were to bring out just a keyboard.
No, I could not play anything.
No? But can you remember the notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she drilled it.
In your head.
In my head. Because
A minor. That's not A minor.
Why are you not practicing?
That's an A flat.
Yeah. She was a great teacher. Don't get me wrong. She was a phenomenal piano player, but pianist, right?
Pianist? Yeah.
But it was just not me. I was like, I could not do this.
Fair enough.
I wish I would have done like gymnastics.
At least you tried it.
Yeah.
By force.
I want to put Mia in that.
Oh, man.
Gymnastics. She would be,
You're going to traumatize her.
No, she's going to traumatize them.
Them.
She's my
She going to tell them what she told me. Get out. Like, what?
She's too.
I wanted to learn the violin for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah. I had a guitar and I was like, nah, I don't like it. And then I have I have my ukulele that I
That's right.
every now and then. I'll bring it next time. I'll bring it next week.
Bet.
And I tried the drums. I was like, no, like my hand-eye coordination, my hand and foot coordination was not there. Like kicking, like having the kick drum.
Yeah, the kick drum.
And then with your hands, and I'm like, I tried it, and I'm like, this is not me. I knew it wasn't for me because I had the game Rock Band, and playing the drums like with the sticks and then having the kick pedal. I'm like, I just can't. Like, I cannot function at all with this. So I knew right away drums was not for me. But I like the strings. I like anything with strings. And the violin was something I fell in love with, like the art behind it, the melody, the tone. Because there was a YouTuber, like super popular YouTuber, like 2013, 2014. And all she would do is play the violin, and she would do like covers of certain like game songs or other artist songs. That she had like, it got to the point where she booked shows, like she booked out theaters and arenas just for her violin.
Wow.
I was like, that's what's up. And then I had a cousin he doesn't do it anymore, but he played everything. He played the guitar, the drums, the piano. He played the violin.
That's so awesome that people can do that.
Yeah, and I asked my cousin, like, was the violin kind of hard? He's like, a little bit, but you'll manage it.
Like just
Because I'm so used to having the frets. So like on the guitar, you know how like it has like the bar that separates. So like each fret is a certain tone. Compared to a violin, there is no frets, there is no bars. It's just like a solid neck with like no separation. And you just kind of like have to memorize, oh, if I go too far this way, it's a low tone, or too far up this way, it's a high tone. Compared to like a ukulele or a guitar, you have that separation of like those little metal bars to tell you, hey, you're in this tone of the string. And I was like, oh. I was like, nah, that's okay. Then he told me how expensive violins can get, and I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm all right. I don't want to spend several $100s on my bow because the strings had detached or they gotten loose, whatever.
would you do like a harp?
The harp is pretty cool. I would do a harp.
Yeah.
I would do like a little mini one, or them gigantic ones.
Mini one.
Or the like do gigantic ones that you like got like bear hugging.
Yeah,
like,
you got a bear hug.
Pick that string right there.
Yeah.
So that's.
I've always thought that was pretty cool.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a harp now. Impulsive purchase.
You're just gonna bring your harp.
I'm gonna bring a flatbed and then a crane and like just drop it right here. We're gonna play the harp. Yeah.
I think drums would be like, or guitar would be the only. I just don't have patience, dude. Like
The older you get, the less you have.
Yes. Well, learning something, like I need it to be fast paced. Like when someone's training me, like, no, come on, pick up the pace. Like, train me quick. Like that's just how
you work.
How
you
I work.
function.
Like when my dad trained me. I love my daddy.
Yeah.
But I was like, Dad, we could do this so much faster. Like we have 2 mixers.
Yeah.
Right? And we had a list of funnest to make. And he would work on one. And I was like, can we go ahead and start on the other dough while it's mixing? He's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And some doughs take about 40 minutes to mix. Dude, when my dad let me, and I have a helper, he's from Guatemala. And he picked up quick, so he helps me make the bun and we'll chit chat and all that. But when my dad let him and me just go at it, I was like, Daniel, we have both of them mixers spinning. We have a bread here, and my dad comes and we have like 3 different buns going at the same time.
Yeah.
Or 3 different buns on the table while 2 more are in the mixer.
Yeah.
Because that's just like
yeah, the flow. You gotta.
That's just how I do it.
Yeah.
That's just how I work. And I think that's why I'm so messy. But like you should see my work area. My dad's like, sorry. It's like, go with it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the job done. The goal is by 2:00.
Yeah.
We got this, but that's just the person that I am. Like I have to like.
I'm like, Dad, the bills are paid, we got profits. Don't mess up the flow.
I got this.
The kitchen is hot, get out.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I'm like, can we just, no, we're gonna focus on this one bread we have on this masa that we have on our table.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's not how I roll. And then all day, every day, them 2 are like spinning. They have something going on.
I bet those mixers are tired as hell.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
Because it's like fix it. And then the breaker goes off because, but it works.
It works.
You know, and like that way when we're done with one, we could just pop the other one ready to go. I ain't waiting for nothing. And that's just how I'm like, let's go, come on. This is what, our sixth
episode 6.
Thanks for
recording on
the comments.
April 14th, a day before tax day.
Yes.
And
have you filed yours?
Tonight.
What do you do? I'm like online on with TurboTax.
Yeah.
I think I did mine like the first day that they opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm such a responsible adult.
You are very responsible.
Heck yeah. So, cool. File your taxes.
If you want to send us fan mail.
and then tell us a fun fact about yourself to know.
Yeah, comment on our videos.
And with that, we leave you.
Thank you guys.
And as
God
always,
bless.
God bless.